Hey guys, Shauna Mackenzie here, founder of Best Kept Self with your Monday morning pep talk. So those that are closest to me know that I have had a lot going on the past few weeks, essentially pushing me to operate in survival mode. And if I had to guess, you probably know what that feeling is like, as I'm sure you've been there once or twice in your life. And let's face it, we're probably gonna be there again in the future. So what are you gonna do when faced with survival mode situations? Well, I have a strategy that works incredibly well, and it deals with trade-offs and deal breakers. Now, the issue that faces us when we are in a high survival mode situation is that all of our self-care activities go to the wayside, right? We're not sleeping, we're not eating right, we're not working out, we're not meditating, we're not taking time for ourselves. But the issue there is when we don't take time for ourselves and we neglect all those things altogether, we don't have the emotional and physical well-being to get the high priority things done that still need to happen when we're in that high stress situation. So what I've done is pick three things. I've picked three things that are absolute deal breakers that I always need to have in my arsenal when I'm facing a high stress situation and a situation where I'm operating in survival mode very temporarily. So those three deal breakers are gonna be different for you as they are for me, because they're due to, and manipulated around the sensitivities that you have, the thresholds that you have to different things. So my first one is sleep. And if I don't get enough sleep, which I'm not someone that operates well on little sleep like others may be, I will explode, as my husband knows all too well. So that means in the mornings when I normally am working with the trainer, the past few weeks I've only been able to see her once or twice, and that's fine. That's a trade-off that I happily will make and don't feel any guilt around. So the second thing is, there are simply days where I don't have time to even put on makeup, let alone sometimes get a shower in. And if there's days where I'm not seeing anyone or I'm just in the office working, like today, then I'm not showering because I'd rather save that time and bank it to do other more important things. So my deal breaker is lip gloss. At the least, can I please have some lip gloss? As silly as that sounds, it makes me feel a little bit more like me, a little bit more like a woman, and a little bit more like I've got my shit together when, I haven't showered that day. The third thing is water. I am making a trade-off on my food habits. So I'm not eating the best, but you know what? My deal breaker is water. I need to absolutely be hydrated. So those are mine. I'd love to hear what yours are. Again, yours is going to be entirely different. Now, the second part of this is that you cannot feel guilty about the trade-offs that are going to be happening. This is a very, very practical approach. This is survival mode. So things are going to go to the wayside, but you can't let it all. So pick three things. Keep it really simple. And if you can just maintain those three, you can maintain your sanity, I promise. Because if I can do it, then you can do it. So no guilt about the things that you're trading off. Now, the second reason that this strategy works incredibly well is that it serves as a measuring stick. So what I mean by that is when those three things start to go, then that's a sign that this is now moving from a temporary situation into probably more of a permanent situation, and a major shift needs to happen. So if you have three things that you can use as kind of a check to see, okay, are those things starting to slide? Then this is a much bigger issue at play. Then you will know whether or not you're able to handle this and it's still temporary, and you'll know, oh, this isn't temporary anymore. This might be turning into my day-to-day that's become a new permanent scenario. So I hope you find that helpful. I'd love to hear what your three deal breakers are, as I think other people would find that inspiring, because some may be struggling to figure out what those are, and I hate for you to wait to when you're in that situation and then you're forced to figure those things out. So there you go, a little bit of wisdom. I will see you next week. I am off to catch a nap.